Hello, Cleveland! You know, in hindsight, I bet the pay-per-view paying audience is probably really goddamn glad they didn't pay to watch that world title match, because the outcry in the arena in Chicago would have been, we want refunds, and the outcry online would have certainly not been very good. It would have been rather fucking scathing. To say that this result was divisive, well, that would be a goddamn understatement. There would be people, in one camp saying this is intriguing, I can't wait to see where this goes. There could be other people in another camp saying, boy, this wasn't a great goddamn decision. This company, the inmates are running the goddamn asylum. There's a boss that isn't really seen as a boss. He's seen as one of the boys. And also, there's an incoming corporate merger, and even though they're making money, they're kind of spiraling a bit out of control creatively, and they don't really seem to know how to keep the momentum going. I have heard this story before. It was called WCW. I really hope the intrigue will outweigh any of the stuff that is tearing us fucking down, because those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Anyway, I'm John Rectum with my review of AEW Dynamite from Cleveland, Ohio. We are a week and a half away from All Out. And I don't know if we're going to have a world title match. The card looks solid. AEW is usually pretty goddamn good about putting on solid pay-per-views. Granted, some of them go way too fucking long. But there's usually one or two matches where you're like, I'm really glad I bought that. And since they only do a few pay-per-views a year, it usually means something. But goodness me, that end result of that world title match, whew, I mean, I'm going to talk about it here in a bit, but ooh, certainly spicy, and maybe not the good kind of spicy. Maybe the kind of spicy that bites back on you a little bit and you spend about an hour on the goddamn toilet. But anyway, it is Wednesday night. You know what that means. This crowd is fired up. They get some mic feedback. I don't know if that's from the equipment or the venue. JR, Taz, Excalibur, and Shivani on commentary. Jericho gets his ego-stroking entrance. Let's hear it for the Judas. He demands an apology from Garcia. Garcia comes out, gets a pop. You're a wrestler chance, playing off of the terrific 2 out 3 falls match. That basically was like a goddamn Iron Man match. It was a test of iron wills. It was really fucking good. One of the best matches in Dynamite history. One of the best matches of the year. Great hard work, hard hitting. Daniel Garcia and Bryan Danielson did some great goddamn shit. And Garcia talks about, finally getting to meet his hero, finally getting to face his hero. 30 minutes in the ring with his hero. He went toe-to-toe with him. It was great stuff. That match reminded him of when he watched wrestling as a kid, and he wanted to have that kind of match. And then he hopes that his nephews or anybody in Buffalo, anybody, anywhere, they can be inspired by that kind of match. A very good promo. Very good promo. I have not been the biggest Daniel Garcia fan. I'm a detractor of his. This is good stuff. When he has shined, he has done some really good stuff, and this was from the heart. And Jericho ruined the aftermath. Big shock. Jericho likes to ruin things because Jericho has not contributed anything positive to AEW in about 2.5 years. And here's Danielson out to a pop. You can be whatever you want to be. And Jericho got to the point where you're a sports entertainer, you're a sports entertainer. Yeah, okay, we get it, Jericho. We get it. You're trying to be creative and everything and be the grand wizard that we know you are, because that, it would fall in line with your wife and mother-in-law who were there on January 6th last year. And no, I'm not going to get off of that. If you don't like it, too fucking bad. But Jericho is really just dragging down the show anytime he's there. Daniel says, I can't make this decision. You're trying to make this decision for me. Leave me alone. Shoves Jericho. Danielson's laughing. And then Jericho and Danielson go back and forth. And, Jericho's the last survivor of the Heart Dungeon. No, you're fucking not. But whatever. They're going to have a match at All Out. And they mention the Hart, family, the Hart family members, Stu, Owen, and Bruce. Isn't that a stupid name? You got 9 months and the best you come up with is Bruce. God, I miss Bobby Heenan. But they agree to have the match. And then Jericho tells Danielson to watch his back. And then Jake Hager. Why is Jake Hager still here? Why? Genuine question. Why is Jake Hager still here? Can All Out just be it? Have him on the pre-show if you want. Let that be it. Please do not extend his fucking contract. Please don't. Just let him go somewhere else, because it's not any good. It's not any good to keep him. He's not any good. He hasn't been any good since being signed. One of the biggest flops that AEW, has had in their short run time. So anyway, even though they packed a lot of shit into their TV and their pay-per-views, they still have only been on the air for just under 3 years. So anyway, yeah, Hager's there, sadly. And then we get a card rundown. Apparently, Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston got in a scuffle backstage. Apparently, there was some kind of talent meeting, reportedly. I don't know if this happened after the meeting. I don't have a goddamn clue. Apparently, Eddie Kingston is suspended. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I don't know if those are rumors. I don't know if Sammy said he wanted to R somebody else. I wouldn't be surprised since he's been, caught on tape multiple times saying that. But in all seriousness, if that did happen, okay, hopefully it's not going to be for too goddamn long. Eddie is a bit of a hothead. He has admitted issues that he goes through. Maybe Sammy egged him on. Maybe none of this actually happened. I don't fucking know. I think Khan's pulling a Russo and throwing every goddamn thing at the wall and just seeing what sticks. If Eddie is legit suspended, I hope it's not for very long. And if the truth comes out that Sammy egged him on, then suspend Sammy. I mean, fuck, you suspended him before for an old comment, so why not suspend him for, I don't know, being a goddamn idiot? But we'll see what happens. So, Dax Harwood took on Jay Lethal. None of the seconds are there, thank fuck, because I don't need to see Giant Silva Jr. there. Dax has had a career year. FTR are the best goddamn tag team out there. Definitely not the Young Bucks. Young Bucks aren't even the 5th best tag team in their goddamn company. And, hey look, Vegeta, more bald people. It's a well-wrestled match. It's hard for me to care about Jay Lethal, but heavy chops, some good stuff, some good knee focus by Lethal. And then we got a sharpshooter from Dax. Good action. Crowd was really into it. It was a good opening match. And then Sanjay Dutt shows up. We get near falls and a roll up with tights. 1, 2, 3. Lethal gets the victory. And then Sanjay Dutt cuts a promo. I didn't say it was going to be me and, I'm just going to say Giant Silva Jr. It wasn't going to be us. It's going to be guys that Jay Lethal knows well. And suddenly a video package plays. Holy shit, it's Sabin and Shelley, the Motor Titty Machine Guns. I think I said that right. In all seriousness, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Tremendous tag team. One of the best tag teams of the last 15 years. Great. I'm glad to see that they're going to be part of the, big AEW extravaganza. Certainly a good idea. So anyway, that's going to be good. That's going to add something to that 6-man match. Because let's be honest, adding Dutt in the ring at this point, no. And Giant Silva Jr. is never going to be worth a damn in the ring. But we go away from the ring. We go back to Shivani with Thunder Rosa. Poor Thunder Rosa. Apparently she has an injury. It's an undisclosed injury. It's none of my goddamn business. It must be bad because she's relinquishing, she's vacating the championship, and there's going to be a 4-way to crown an interim champion. And then is she going to come back and face the champion down the road when she's better? I'm a little bit confused. It's supposed to be Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa, and I feel bad for I really do feel for Thunder Rosa. I hope that whatever this injury is, rehab surgery, whatever it is, I hope that she's going to be all right. She really got her legs cut out from under her doing her best as champion, but they just creatively cut her off at the goddamn knees. She did not deserve a reign that should have been better than it was. She had great matches, because she's one of the best goddamn workers out there, man, woman, animal, vegetable, or mineral. She is. Doesn't matter what company. She's a fucking tremendous worker, and I feel bad that her reign ended here. Would Toni Storm have beaten her at All Out? We won't know. Toni Storm's involved in a 4-way a little bit later. I'll talk about that, but I just feel for Thunder Rosa. I hope whatever the injury is, she recovers, she's fine, and she is back by maybe full gear if she's not back till the beginning of the year. Whatever, just as long as she's 100%. I really feel for her, and again, I just wish her reign had gone a lot better. That's not her fault, that's the fault of Tony Khan and everybody putting the show together saying, we only have time for one women's match. It is a shame. Thunder Rosa, speedy recovery. So, we get Max Caster basically saying to the Guns, you're going to get a savage beating, so bad they'll call another talent meeting. Told Billy Gunn he should have worn a condom. Scissor me, daddy ass. Billy versus Colton Gunn. Father versus son, daddy ass chance, and I didn't care. I'm sorry. I like the Acclaimed. The Gun kids are fine. It's great that Billy wants to compete against his kids. Great. I don't care. The 4-way, by the way, is going to be Britt versus Hager versus Cheetah versus Toni Storm. Tony, Hager, and Cheetah in the same goddamn match. Oh boy, I will be perfectly fine during this. Again, speedy recovery to Thunder Rosa. So later, Austin attacks the Acclaimed because everybody loves the Acclaimed except Austin. And then a low blow and a Colt 45 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then Stokely shows up. I couldn't tell if he was standing up or sitting down because it's really, really hard to tell. I'm convinced, by the way, that he is essentially an imp trying to pass off as a human. But he says, here's my card. Okay, let's beat down everybody. And then Swerve and Our Glory show. Swerve and Our Glory is not a good tag team name. They do that, and okay, we find out a little bit later why. Shivani's with Death Triangle, Osprey, and Aussie Open. Osprey Open, as it were. That was terrible. Well, they talk a bit. We're not going to kill you, we're going to murder you, says Pac. Kind of the same thing, I think. I also was tuning out at this point because I don't really care. Jamie Hager, my goodness. That's all I have to really say about this match. Except I'm glad that Kylan King is getting more TV time. She's been doing some good stuff in the NWA, has improved. In the ring, has done some good stuff on AEW programming when she's been given a shot. She took on Britt Baker. I am going to note right now, Britt Baker has regressed massively. Not that she was ever a ring general, but she was better than this. And I know that she's had injuries. I know she splits her time as far as being a dentist. Hence the DMD thing. I get it. But she seems to be more coasting than anything. I don't expect 5-star classics, but yeah, she got the lockjaw for the victory. Kylan King got a big reaction because she's from a nearby city in Ohio. Plainsview, I think. Not Daniel Plainsview. We don't drink your milkshake. We don't drink it up. And then Britt cuts a promo about how she'll regain the title. And Toni Storm shows up. Boy, does she show up. Jamie Hager attacks her. And then here's Hikaru Shida with her stick. And then in the next segment, Swerve and Lee challenge the Acclaimed at All Out. Okay. Wild Thing, you make Cleveland sing. And there we go. And Punk gets a bit of a pop, but then gets tremendous boos because Moxley is from Cincinnati, Ohio. And crowd is up for this. And basically, they fire up on each other. Well, they do a collar and elbow tie-up. And then Mox fires up in the corner. Punk fires up in the corner with knees. Does a roundhouse kick. Sells his injured foot or his not injured foot. It's really hard to tell. Punk gets hit with elbows, gets hit with 2 Death Riders. 1, 2, 3. It was 3.5 minutes, maybe. Okay. Mox is suddenly the champion. Beats Punk flat. If you want to believe that Punk actually has heat with people, like Hangman, over Colt Boom Boom Cabana and all that, if that's the case, okay, so you're going to cut off the knees of your other... A lot of knee cutting off here. Of a guy that basically got you some pretty big attention and sold a whole lot of merch and everything and you're paying a king's ransom for. If that's to be believed, okay, let's go with that. That's stupid. That just shows that Tony Khan, if true, does not have really any goddamn balls as far as running a company. Mox is a champion. Congratulations. I don't mind the Mox beat Punk. I just think this is what you built up. So here's what I came up with. Punk came back way too soon, and they had to cut this short and said, okay, Punk, you're dropping this, and then you can come back and you can get revenge at Full Gear or something like that when you feel better. Or he's leaving. I don't think he is, because why would they replay stuff, and why would they do this, and why would they try to make it seem like, okay, he's, it's like, oh, this is like, it's crazy. It's just unexpected. He hurt himself. Maybe he did. Maybe he actually did come back too soon and they had to write this into the story. I don't actually know. Or they are bringing MJF back for All Out. Here's the problem. All Out is in a week and a half. Or they decided to finger poke a Doom this shit. Now, I don't think that's the case. But AEW is at the risk of basically burning through so much shit and pissing off their fan base. And there are some fans that have turned on this company, that have not, it's not all sunshine, rainbow, lollipops, and waterfalls and all that, or however the fuck that goes. You don't go chasing that last one. Don't go. TLC told you. Because the L of TLC tried chasing, and we found out that she had that new rollover plan from AT&T. That was unnecessary and weird. The whole point is I don't know where they're going with this, and sure, it's kind of intriguing, but at the same time, AEW has done so much stuff on TV that doesn't end up playing out all that well. Who knows what's going to actually happen with MJF? Maybe MJF isn't going to come back. Then what do you do with Mox? Do you hotshot the rematch with him and Punk? You don't think the fans in Chicago are going to be pissed that they don't get a chance to see CM Punk? Whew. I don't really know what else to say about this. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. If Mox beating Punk, cool, whatever. He got his big moment. He now gets to be champion in front of full crowds. That's good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Speaking of seeing what happens, the doctors, by the way, take Punk away while Mox celebrates. And then Shivani's with Christian. Christian said he tried to teach Jungle Boy, OEO, how to be better. And now he's just going to beat him it all out. And Starks was out in a canary yellow shirt, talking about how I know it's not the friendship business, but Hobbs, I considered you a friend. You were Britt Baker's security guard, and I made sure to get you a seat at the table. If I ate, you ate, all this. He's talking about I called you a friend, and you blasted me in my bad neck when I almost lost my career. Great promo, great shit. Starks is a hell of a talker, and says, I'm going to beat you at All Out. Good. Bam. There you go. And then Mox cuts a promo, knocks the critics, and says, there's only one Jon Moxley. My time is now. God, watch the, like, Khan was able to get John Cena to show up at All Ahead. Oh, no. God, oh. I mean, no. Could you imagine if he did? There's no way he did. That would be funny. That would be fucking hilarious. Have Cena show up, win the AEW World Championship in this league. Now, I mean, that's not the case, but God, that'd be weird. I'm talking myself into it, but anyway. Good promo from Mox. Mox cuts good promos. It's just his matches are kind of samey. He didn't have a chance to bleed in this one. I'll give him that. Rampage, House of Black versus Dark Order. It's not with Page, because Hangman Page is not there. Or maybe he is. I'm not sure. They had a blank graphic. Sammy and Ty versus Ortiz and Ruby. Wardlow versus Ryan Nemeth. Jade talks. Oh boy. And Dustin versus Claudio for the Ring of Honor Championship. That's a lot in an hour. Dynamite, Danielson versus Hager. Tony and Cheetah versus Britt and Hager. And then All Out. Jericho and Danielson. Trios Finals. Women's four-way that I talked about earlier. Jungle Boy, OEO, and Christian Cage. Casino ladder match, and more. And then we get a package on Omega's return. Don Callis joins commentary. I ask why. I ask why Don Callis is here, because look at all the stuff that happened in Impact, and you want to bring him around that loaded women's division? Whatever. It's not like he got scarlet fever or anything. Okay, so Death Triangle, Pac, and the Lucha Bros, with Alex Abrahantes taking on Will Ospreay and Aussie Open. Aussie Open, who are the current strong champions, strong tag team champions, a strong open weight. I'm trying to remember how they word that there. Trios quarterfinal match. I wrote down exactly what's going to happen. Everyone is going to do every move in existence. The tags will mean nothing. The referee will be ineffective, and this will go way too long to the point that everything blends together. And lo and behold, I'm goddamn psychic. That's what happened. It wasn't a bad match. It was just a samey match. It was almost 30 minutes, and Don Callis fucking ruined it by simply existing. Don Callis is a human fucking cancer, and if only he was cut out of this goddamn thing, then the company would be better. So, and I've stated how I feel about Ospreay. Look, Ospreay's peak was a while ago, but Ospreay, they work. He can do the flip. He can do the stuff. Pac, did a moonsault off the ring post at one point. Poison Rana is another shit. And then suddenly somebody's in a box, and Pac attacks him. Well, goes to attack him, but oh no, it's somebody with tape over their mouth, and oh no, it's not me. And then Kip Sabian shows up and beats him up, and beats him up, and somehow the referee did not see all this, because apparently the referee took a fucking nap during this. This is the big problem with AEW. They make the referee seem fucking ineffective. Oscar on Phoenix for 3. And then the Elite show up. And I did see footage of this promo where Omega and Ospreay do a back and forth, and good. If I have to choose between Omega and Ospreay, I will choose basically the mute button. Because I'm not the biggest fan of them, and I've stated why. Also, they apparently don't like each other, and I'm not really sure who I fucking root for there. Now, root for the remote. Look, we'll see what happens at All Out. All Out's going to be a big tell of where this company is going to end up going. So we'll see. That being said, that 30-minute main event, boy, if that had just been 15, it might have been better. Agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.